It's 4 days walk at St. James Pilgrimage, wrapping up with another 2 days of a symposium to consolidate all the reflections, the conversations, and to plan the next steps as a collective. So that's what Walking the Talk is about. It's a community.
Yeah, community, and you're connecting people from all over the world. I know when we talked previously, you said you try and people that want to come and do that pilgrimage, you try and make sure that they can, after the event, connect and make a difference in some way or work together. But that might be somebody from Namibia and somebody from the US, right? And it's about them not removing those barriers and that desk, like you say, and them not knowing who they're walking shoulder to shoulder with or what their inverted commas rank is, you know. And I love that. I love that. Which is like sort of the aim, similar on the podcast. Like, I just want to bring everybody together, like researchers, professionals, caregivers, people living with dementia, to all share their experiences and their insights, and let's work together and not have this, they're the researchers, let's keep them over there, and let's work together. Yeah.
All the conferences you see around the world, they are always siloed based. So you see the researchers walking here among themselves on a room. You see the policymakers in a different country, in a different conference, talking about different topics just among themselves. And you see the clinicians in a whole different world working among themselves as well. But you see little involvement between the stakeholders and
Yeah.
among the stakeholders, and definitely very little involvement from people living with dementia themselves, with an active voice. So that's what we wanted to do. And you're absolutely right. At Walking the Talk, we don't have formal introductions. So you come to the experience. We are not introducing people like, okay, this one has dementia, this one has a PhD. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your titles, your roles. I mean, just bring your experience, walk with people, get to know them deeply, and I don't care if you're a doctor or a patient. We don't
Yeah.
use these terms. It's
Yeah.
forbidden to call someone a patient during the walk.
Yeah.
And I remember the first year, a researcher, one of the most funded researchers in the field. He was elected 2 years ago by Alzheimer's Association as the most important researcher in the field. So he was walking with a person and he was telling about his research. And after 30 minutes, he said, okay, enough about me. Like, what is your research about? And the man said, no, I live with dementia myself. And
How
he
much
said,
research do you need?
yes, he said he's never had this open conversation with a person living with dementia before. Not
That's
everyone,
mental.
and that's something important. Not everyone in the field had a personal experience with
Yeah.
dementia.
Yeah.
Not everyone had a grandmother to go back from the office and to see dementia happening 24/7. So having this opportunity for a week long breakfast, lunch, dinner, night parties, symposium, walks, everything with people living with the diagnosis you study or you work with, it's transformative for these
Yeah.
people, for sure.
And I suppose that answers the question. Like, I was just going to ask, like, you've got such a diverse range of people there. How do you make sure that they all get this chance to have an active voice? But I suppose not knowing who is who or what they do or why they are there does sort of enable them to have that active voice and be heard, doesn't it? The opportunity to, if nothing else.
Yeah, I was in a meeting now with another participant from Walking the Talk, and she just reminded me of um, one fact that we don't have name tags at Walking the Talk. And she was telling me that that was one of the most important aspects of the project for her. And I said, why? That's so simple. And she said, yes, but living with dementia myself, I forget names. And I have to ask everyone's names all over again. But I saw the researchers doing the same and the
Yeah.
clinicians doing the same because you don't have
Yeah.
name tags. So
Yeah.
it's normal to forget and it's normal
Yeah.
to ask again. And she said that that brought her closer to others' experience and vice versa. So I think Walking the Talk has a capacity of building an educational platform for people to educate themselves, not to have one person able to educate the others or to translate science into reality, but also to communicate the reality to scientists. I think that might be one of the most important outcomes of Walking the Talk. This multilateral relationships that we
Yeah.
build.